Hello, Libra. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, be sure you click that subscribe button, ring the bell. They'll notify you anytime I post new videos. Also, if you find you like the content we provide here at Joy of the World, give us that big thumbs up, like, and share. And to those of you who've given donations into the channel, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I've got some new decks here, some of which are showing up in your reading already. Those that I had talked to you about, I mixed them together and they are the Moon Magic Medicine. I'm quite excited about them. Also have a new deck, a dark shadowy deck coming in to be able to read some underlying energies, and I'm looking forward to that as well. So I appreciate all the gifts. So well received. Now, there has to do with some calming, some soothing energy coming in, helping to deal with circulation, lungs. Very Libran to me as your lungs. Because we have two of them, and often we are only breathing out one side of our nose, only breathing from one lung, and our breath is where our power comes from. Our breath is also where our medicine, where our movement comes from in our body. If our lungs aren't animated, our body cannot be animated, because it is through the respiration that our blood receives its oxygen and therefore can animate the whole body. All right. So to start this off, we have with our pearls of wisdom, right? We have number 42 and number 19 coming in, woman holding a coin, and rest and rejuvenation. You're talking about practical application of your spirituality, letting it work for your benefit, and that comes from breath. Breath, pneuma, life, the animation of the spirit in and through our body. And in this case, it brings practical rewards, Libra. We know you like nice things. We know you like beauty, so nurture it. Nurture this gift within yourself. Nurture your own body through this breath, through this form of divination, is what you're calling it, which of course, divining of oneself through letting the breath enter and animate your body. When we breathe properly, our mind becomes clear. When we breathe properly, our cells can function and the tissues can be cleansed. Things that need to come in, and things that need to go out, go out. When we're clear of mind and clear of heart, then we are better at decision making, what we allow in our life. And it helps reduce that inflammatory state, is what you're telling me. That has to do with these two herbal cards that are coming in. But she has this knowing look on her face, crowned with so much wisdom, Libra. But yet there's a key, a square, a box. Well, to me, we're often told to think outside of the box, and that's great, but there's Metatron in his cube, right? And if we think in his cube, everything is contained within there. And then you mix Metatron together with Sanophone, woo, woo, raise the roof, baby. You got it all going on like a megaphone. So your spirit has these knowing eyes and is wanting to awaken your will. So this has to do with your soul seat, with your throne. Are you embodying your throne? Are you able to sit down and rest and relax? Do you sit down to eat? Sorry, I didn't know this was a self-care message, but I'm going to just go ahead and bring it anyway. Sit down, relax, rest, unfold, unfurl. And that's very much what's being shown here. It's not just that kind of, rest and relaxation, rejuvenation going on. Rejuvenation has to do with that breath. It has to do with taking a seat, because when you take a seat, it helps alleviate the differential in the body, because when you're standing all the way up, it's having to work against gravity in order to do the return. Yet when you sit, it reduces that amount of friction, that uphill climb, and it relieves the pressure, making it easier. And it's not to sit all the time or to always stay there. Ask me. I am not much of a sitter. No, she's wanting these. Okay. We're going to find out a little bit more about this breath work, about this manifesting in the Metatron's cube. I want to know about Metatron's cube here. Oh, we can't even. Really? Don't. Oh, there's so much. Okay, I'm going to trust. We're going to cycle these again and know that what is honed in and needs to come out, because just like this is a keyhole, here we have another keyhole showing up. So it's very specific. Let's be specific here, Libra, about what is in Metatron's cube for Libra, and this key to the rest and rejuvenation, to restoring and unlocking the prosperity of one's spirit, but also one's physical, tangible world. Man, you are busy today. We've got a lot coming up. So these are pairing up here, but what we're going to read for right now is Warrior to Doom. All right. Will of Heaven, patience, deep dive, molding character, and timely relationship. Okay, I see the point. I see your point. You're like needing to focus on the self for a minute. That molds your character. And it brings about the proper relationship because you're needing to kind of rewind for just a second, replay the tape, get a little bit of hindsight so that you can catch up with yourself and operate out of foresight, because an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So that having what's in the Metatron's cube is molding your character. It's taking time to get to slow down enough to see the details, to see what's along the roadside when you walk, when you bike, when you make your way about, not to just always be blasting and blazing and consuming and intaking and moving on to the next thing. That's why they want you to sit down when you eat. That's why they want you to shut your eyes when you breathe in and to take some mindful breaths. Or, you know, when you're eating your food, shut your eyes, take in some mindful breaths and smell your food and then taste it. Heighten the level of pleasure. And she's like, that's awakening my sacral chakra. She's like, you can't tell it, but that's firing me up, baby. Look at this flame on my throne. Talking about stoking your soul, reviving your spirit, making your spirit happy, taking time to engage with all the sensory pleasures that are already around you. That has to do with the lungs, but ironically enough, red and green, like they're opposites on the color scale, well, the red is our resource. It is our power source. It is our base chakra, our root, and our foundation. And that's where our sense of smell comes from. Okay. So let's see. We've got marshmallow. Marshmallow's coming in. It's very soothing. It's a mucilage. It provides that easy movement. It helps things go down easily and helps things move along. It can gather and collect the debris and give it a place to come together in order to be passed and to move out, but it's a facilitator. And this facilitation also has to do with respiration, circulation, but it's upright, it's cheerful, it's benevolent, and it grows like in some slightly, can we say boggy, damp type areas. So anything that's become damp or sedentary, like even damp lung, like Chinese medicine, they talk about it being wet or dry, and it's being able to bring in the balance there that you need, because we need the proper moisture, but anything too much this way or too much that way begins to produce either an inflammation or a stagnation. And in this case, you were showing some inflammatory qualities of going too much and not bringing about the proper flame. That was you trying to awaken your power, to establish your power, to like really confirm and affirm who you are through the goings and the doings and the connections with others. Where here it's saying reconnect with yourself. Reconnect especially with your sense of smell. It can be anything from candles to your dish soap to your baths or your showers or even your linens. Like if you're given to drying your linens outside, do them on the line in the sunshine and imagine how they smell when you climb into bed at night. Those little things, they really heighten the luxury of who you are, and feeding that into yourself only allows life to love in and feed in more unto you, not others. Life is a source that always loves you, even through others. So they're telling you to love yourself first, all right? That brings about the proper red, the proper flame. But with the pilot light with a hot water heater is down at the bottom, not at the top, okay? So that's what this marshmallow is coming in. Is this say, cool your jets, calm your head, quit be buzzing about in everybody's business, trying to get to know what's up, what's going on, who's going to hit me up, where we're going to go, what we're going to do. They're like, shh. And she says, let me tell you a secret. Number 43. I'm going to bring order into your life creatively so that you don't get dull. You don't get bored. That things can happen and they will start to come to you. And she's like, you want to know how? I have a secret key. I have lots of them, actually. And if you hang around long enough, I might reveal one or two to you as well. So it's not rewards based. It's about being able to leverage your life and get it turned right side up. So your mind, your moon, has been playing tricks on you. The moon is the mind, okay? And to me, it has more to do with like the the subconscious, the unconscious, about those things that can't totally be seen, and how we don't know that we keep playing into these cycles and that sort of thing. But she's slowly breathing in the realm of destiny for you, bringing in that fate. But it's a matter of dealing with your mind first, of realizing you are your greatest wealth, your greatest resource, and not in an arrogant way of any means, but it's that knowingness and that settling into your sacral chakra, your spiritual chakra, and it'll begin to bring in even more fine tuning of your strings. Okay. So on top of that, that is what begins to initiate the growth. Okay. That's what begins to make the change. Remember, our lungs, our breath, oxygen is required in order for things to grow. Even plants respire. That's how they grow. Growth inside and out, blossoming, ripening, motives, diligence, fairness, and gentleness. So she's really talking about be gentle with yourself. Be aware of your own motives. Don't let your mind play tricks on you and keep you running and hustling and zhishing about, trying to chase after what belongs to you anyway, what is inherently yours, what you came into this life already having. You've already obtained it because it came with the package, right? Why strip it down, take it out in order to look worthy of having deserved it and earned it, in order to boost some ego or some confidence? They're literally like, know thyself. That is your greatest reward. And in that, it brings us calming, peace, and satisfaction, healthy connections. They're like circling and binging and studding it with gold and diamonds. They're like, it brings in healthy connections. People who are whole, who have their own scale, their own balance, who have clear judgment. I wanted to help you get into that clear judgment. That's what this rest and rejuvenation is about. That when you see through your own eyes and through your own self and your own perspective, then you're contributing to life. Then you are truly satisfied. And then that is the thing that shifts the whole game. That's what turns the moon upright. Okay, the keyhole, remember, is going to turn it upright in her hand. And then she can start unlocking other keys for you, okay? She says, I'm waiting. That's what she says. She says, I'm practicing my breathing too. I'm just here waiting. I'm just here waiting for you to soothe and calm and cool your jets and to relax. Yeah, there we go. Relax your energy so that this yarrow, this uplifting, sunny, it's kind of, well, it was to help after war, after bleeding issues, things like that. Let's see, wound healer, okay? But it also works with the respiratory system as well. To me, it's very brightening, very lightening, very uplifting. It's an uprising surgence of energy. Remember about your base chakra. Then once your base chakra, your pilot light is lit, then it can begin to warm the sacral chakra, right? And then that only moves on up into your soul seat, up into the heart, through the high heart, and getting all the way up into your spiritual activation, where you clearly know who you are, what you're here for, and what meaning your life holds. That's what you've been chasing after all along, is the meaning. And the meaning's contained in this. There isn't one without the other. And that's what you're trying to bring about here, that wisdom, that trust, that understanding. Because this is based on Achilles. That's that one little weakness. That one little spot in the base and the foundation can take down the mightiest of warriors. And remember, this was the warrior card. And so they want you to remember what brings you pleasure, what brings you strength. Just that moment of meditation. Y'all don't have to be deep Zen masters. I mean, you can, but because you already have the air, it's knowing how precious the air is. It is a life-giving force. And that your words, your breath, all has meaning. Spend it wisely. Relax. Restore, baby. So under that, we have 37, no rain today. And they're saying, don't you worry your pretty little head. Don't you worry, I've got it all covered. I've got everything all taken care of. It's all been scheduled. You have plenty of sunshine, plenty of rain. You have enough time to play and enough time to rest. Make sure you lay down and get your sleep. That is very well needed. That's what makes your day so much fuller and richer when you are awake, is getting enough sleep. So the first couple of nights, it might seem like a drudgery and a real heavy investment, but it has a massive, massive return. It activates your hours like 2.5 times their natural power. Okay. I like that. Do, do, do. And that brings in the rune of joy. All right. Travail is ended. Fruit bearing, new energy, clarity, and heaven on earth. Remember, she said, don't you worry your pretty little head? That is heaven on earth. And here, when we had that whole Metatron's cube and the key being unlocked, remember what she was showing us here? That when you learn to get your mind right, it all flows from there and stems from there. And it all brings in your power, right? That unlocks all the worlds to you. Metatron's cube is everything. Everything that you were here for. Everything you're meant to do. It is a stability and a knowingness that really earthly grounds you. And it doesn't punish you or hold you down. Remember, it wipes away the boredom. It helps facilitate the spontaneity and the activity and the adventure and all those energies that you love. And after a while, it brings about that clarity where, certain people hit you up. Let's go do that. And you're like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. Because you realize you're more choosy about the energy that you want to be around. Also, the activities you want to be involved in. Like certain people you might enjoy only in certain activities because that's where it really resonates and it's hitting and popping, right? It's bringing that life force, that energy that really resonates and lights you up. It fits that key. It fits your key, your life force, your energy. That is twice today, Forest for the Trees. I'm so glad I have you guys to run me through these energies to keep this brain pumping and keep me smart. Anyway, so that brings in the joy. That brings in the joy. And joy is something that is everlasting. It is the memories that are inseparable from who you are. It brings in the total satisfaction and fulfillment. So you're wanting to bring in a final joy, a final energy. Let's say the joy of Libra here. What that is. What is the joy of Libra? Yep. We've been talking about the whole ring. That is your power, baby. Your power, the thing that heats life up, makes it warm and gooey, makes it fantastic and delicious. It is your motivating factor. I love it. And you have assistance here because what I love about Michael, any angel whose name is ending in EL or IL, that has to do with a conglomerate force. Like it's not just a soldier in a group. It is a whole troop. It's a whole troop of energy. So when you light out this and you become very sure of who you are and what you're here for, it's going to bring in a whole troop, a whole slew of others who are as well. And that's going to begin to wake up your soul star purpose. You're a soul star, baby. I love it, Libra. Thank you. Hey, keeping these cylinders firing. Hope your breath is breathing and that you drink in the unctuousness of life. All right, we'll talk soon. Bye.